So your reputation and the way that people see you will either put you ahead of the game or it will lead to a disastrous and toxic career. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build a great reputation. So let's get to it. Hey, and welcome to Music Space, where we help working musicians just like you learn how to quickly and easily make a living with your craft. So if you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded. So a musician's or an artist or a band's standing in the music industry can be an extremely powerful asset. More opportunities tend to come to those who have established good reputations. And conversely, a lot of opportunities get missed because people have bad reputations. I can almost guarantee you that you've heard of at least one or two bands or artists or musicians who don't have really good reputations or have bad reputations, and you've never worked with them. And if the opportunity were to come along for you to work with them, you would probably be a little hesitant. And you probably know of at least a few musicians or artists who have really great reputations, and you've heard all of these wonderful things about them. And if the opportunity were to come along for you to work with them, you would probably jump at it. This is the power of a good reputation. It gives you a name, it gives you notoriety, and it gives you power and more possibilities in the music industry. So here are 5 things that you really need to do to build a good reputation. First and foremost, you have to have a good attitude. Bad attitudes, negative demeanors, and arrogance are some of the hugest problems in our music industry. You have to show yourself as open and welcoming. You have to have a disposition that shows you're fun and you're a pleasure to be around. It's basic human psychology that we enjoy and prefer to be around people who bring us joy and who are positive and who are just enjoyable. This is what it means to have a good attitude. This applies to you because people will feed off your energy and they will treat you based on how you come off to them or how you make them feel. And this means more calls for gigs and more opportunities, or not if you have a bad attitude. So be mindful of how you are and your attitude around other people, and especially other musicians, because having a positive attitude goes a long way with building a good reputation. Now, right before we get to the next thing, if you're getting value out of this video so far, do me a quick favor and subscribe to the channel and hit the like button on this video. That lets me know that you appreciate this content, and it lets me know what type of content I should be making for you in the future. Now, the next thing you need to be doing to build a good reputation is you have to be professional. Non-professionalism is another huge problem in the music industry. Things like showing up on time, showing up prepared, good communication are all things that are considered professional. And being professional is something that's great for your reputation. You get a call for a gig and the agents or the promoters who hire you are sticklers for time, and you need to hire some musicians to play with you. You're going to call the people who are professional and who are known to show up on time, right? And guess what? The big gigs, the large tours, and the gigs that pay the most money tend to only hire the people who exhibit professionalism. You have to be reliable and accountable, and you have to show integrity, and you have to promote mutual respect. This is what it means to be professional. So just start by picking one thing that you will start being more professional at, and then build on it over time, because being professional and being seen as a professional is key to having and building a great reputation. Now, another thing you need to be doing to build a good reputation is helping others to look good. Now, this is a tough one for a lot of us artists and musicians, because a lot of us tend to want all of the shine and all of the spotlight ourselves, right? But just think about the famous quote by Maya Angelou for a second, which says, "People will forget what you said and people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you make them feel." This is really important because reputation is really about how others see you and how others feel about you and how others remember you. And if you do things that help others look good and feel good about themselves, they will remember you for it. And it will make them want to be around you and work with you more often. So it can be something as simple as doing things on stage while you're playing that helps the other musicians on stage look good. So if you're a drummer on stage, for example, and your guitar player is getting ready to take a solo, when you're on drums, set that guitar player up to play well. Set him up, fix the tempo, do all of the things that you need to do to help the guitar player look good. I'm telling you from experience that this is something that goes a long way. So if you want to build a good reputation, helping others to look good is crucial in achieving that end. Now, the next thing you want to do to build a good reputation is keep your word. So many artists and musicians out there do things like renege on gigs. They do things like double book gigs and then, back out of one and show up for the one that's paying the most. They don't show up for things when they say they will, and on and on. And these kinds of things will get you a really bad reputation that will be hard to shake off, and it will do so overnight. I mean, it only takes you not showing up for something that you said you would show up for once or twice, and your reputation is done. You have to start keeping your word and start doing the things that you say you will do. And this is why you have to be really careful about the things that you agree to do. Once you agree to do something, the people that are a part of that agreement, say a band, or band members, depend on you to follow through with that agreement. And when you don't follow through with that agreement, it can put everybody else in a bad position. And when you put other people in that bad position like that, they will take that as you having a lack of respect for them and what they're trying to accomplish. So start being really careful about saying yes to things like events and gigs haphazardly. If it's something like a maybe or maybe I can do it, let that be known, or simply just say no. Because once you agree to something, it's really important to keep your word. And keeping your word is an indispensable tool in building a good reputation. Now, the next thing you can do to start building a good reputation is own mistakes. Recognizing and owning your mistakes is difficult, right? And that's really because we tend to think that we have to be perfect, especially in the music industry. But I got news for you. This is even harder because I don't just mean own your mistakes, I mean own mistakes, period. And this sometimes includes other people's mistakes. So for example, if the drummer on stage, and I don't know why I'm picking on drummers here, but if the drummer on stage messes up something and you, the keys player, the guitar player, the bass player, the percussion player, the horn player, the singer, could have done something to help them not make that mistake, then own it. So after that mistake happens and when you go on break, go up to the drummer and say, my bad, I probably should have played that different and it would probably have led you to know where the song was going and you wouldn't have made that mistake. You see how that works? And you may see this as something that's cheesy or unnecessary, but I'm telling you, this is something that's really important. It falls under that relational type of thing that you have with people, and relationships are what carry you through this music industry and what carry you to success. Now, I'm not at all suggesting that you just go around and own everybody's mistakes. What this really is about is showing humility. It's about recognizing that we are all human and that we all make mistakes. But it's something that helps other people feel a lot more comfortable being around you and working with you, as opposed to, vindicating yourself all the time and pointing fingers and saying, oh, you messed up or you made this mistake and that kind of stuff. So owning mistakes is something that is fundamental to building a solid and good reputation. So all of these things work together and synergize in a way that builds you a solid reputation. But just start by picking one or two of them and applying them in situations where you're dealing with other people, like gigs and events and things like that, and you're sure to build a solid, favorable, long-lasting reputation. But I have a question for you. How do you think that other people see your reputation right now? Do they see you as a solid and dependable person who keeps his word? Or do you think it's more so that they question these kind of things about you a little bit? Be completely honest about that and jump down in the comment section and let me know. I definitely want to dialogue with you about that in the comments. And hey, did you know that there are a bunch of free resources that I've put together just for you? Everything from a free ebook that gives you 10 tips on how to make more money as a musician, to contracts that you can use to book high-paying gigs, and much, much more. And again, it's all free and you can find the links to them in the description of this video, so be sure to jump down and check those out. And listen, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that it was helpful for you and that you now know how to build a good reputation. And here are some other videos that you can check out right now.